Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something really vital for anyone navigating the professional world online. Our mission is to help you genuinely thrive on platforms like LinkedIn, without falling into those common traps or feeling like a content clown.
Yeah.
We got this fascinating source today. It calls itself a no BS guide to authentic engagement that actually works. So we're going to pull out the key insights for you.
Yeah, and it's super timely, right? Because there's just so much noise online. Understanding authentic engagement, it's not just about growth anymore. It's really about cutting through all that algorithm voodoo, making real connections, and actually getting your voice heard, not just lost in the shuffle.
Okay, let's get into it. The source kicks things off, describing what it calls the growth goblin phase. That's that sound familiar? It's that frantic stage, chasing connections like a junkie looking for his next social Saturday fix. That's a direct quote. Talks about spam invites, those awful smile while you bleed engagement pods.
Oh, yeah. Those forced interaction groups, I know the type.
Exactly. And get this, the source says LinkedIn itself basically said, hey, maybe cool it. 125 invites a week is too much. Called them a desperate growth goblin.
Right.
Really paints a picture of chasing numbers like a starved squirrel at a peanut festival.
And what's key there is understanding why people fall into that. It's this quantity over quality trap. It almost always leads to burnout, And it's just not effective long term. It's the opposite of building real value.
Totally. So if that's the problem, what's the big solution here? The source calls it the radical shift, authenticity. It suggests doing something that feels kind of rebellious. Posting, and I quote, "Shite I truly care about. No fake value, no regurgitated wisdom, just real takes based on real experience with real personality," which they argue is an endangered species online. The core message, just be you, authentically. Simple, but hard.
Well, that's the power of it, isn't it? In such a crowded space, being genuinely yourself, that's what makes you stand out. It builds actual trust. It cuts through the noise. So for you listening, the real question becomes, what does being you actually look like in your professional world? And are you prepared to do it?
That's the million-dollar question. So practically, what does this look like day to day? The source lays out some daily LinkedIn habits. First up, the commenting strategy. Comment daily. Sometimes it's deep insights, other times just hitting that LinkedIn suggestion like, great post, Ahmed, because crucially, it counts. It's about consistent presence. Then there's the feed navigation hack. Switching between the recent and top feeds. They describe it like a scavenger hunt for signs of intelligent life. And the spoiler alert they give, most of it's buried under a pile of boomer memes and job loss confessional staged like Oscar speeches.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Painfully accurate sometimes. It makes that targeted commenting even more important, doesn't it? Sifting through.
Exactly. So amidst that chaos, what about the content I actually post? The source gives examples. Web and SEO, okay, standard enough. But then cybersecurity and behavioral do it, no one wants to admit. Non-AI social strategy, and this one, guru-offending takes. Takes that might annoy a few self-proclaimed gurus, which apparently is good. What do you think about that? Is there a risk of just being edgy?
I think the key is that it's rooted in real experience, like the source says. It's not just being contrarian for clicks. It's unfiltered, meaning honest, not just provocative. And this whole approach really contrasts with the next bit, what I ruthlessly avoid.
Right. And those is pretty specific. Things like that. Be kind, LinkedIn poetry, we've all seen it, or TikTok thefts with AI voiceovers. And the classic, I met Jeff Bezos at the urinal and here's what he taught me about leadership story.
Yeah, those tropes. And also hustle worship disguised as authenticity. That's a big one. It's about seeing through the performance.
What I find really interesting is the overall goal they state. I don't need to be viral, but I don't fear it. I want to be undeniable. It's a whole philosophy shift, right? About breaking the game, laughing, and rebuilding it better. Not just playing by the existing, often frustrating rules. Owning your space.
Exactly. It moves away from chasing those fleeting viral moments towards building a presence that's so genuinely valuable, that it can't just be dismissed. It's impact over just impressions.
So this all boils down to their unfiltered LinkedIn strategy.
Yeah.
It's a pretty direct call to action for you listening. It basically be an unapologetically real fucking person, say something that matters, engage without groveling, and post without performing.
Yeah.
It's like, stop worshiping engagement gods, dare to stir the pot a bit, and be ready to reply without getting defensive. So wrapping up this deep dive, the main takeaway seems clear. Platforms like LinkedIn, they're not really about the numbers game or putting on a show. It's about showing up with a genuine, unfiltered presence that actually builds real connections.
Absolutely. And Maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Taking this idea beyond just LinkedIn, how can you apply this concept of being undeniable, not just aiming for viral in your wider communication? Your career, where can your authentic, undeniable voice make the biggest impact? We're thinking about